In the last 2 days, Bitcoin pumped 5%. However, you were taught as Pavlov's dog to sell each and every pump. Today, I will tell you whether or not current pump will actually be a fake pump. I will tell you what will be happening next with the crypto market. And I do think we're actually going to $80,000 per Bitcoin. But first of all, let's check out the predictions from yesterday when we were dumping on Monday. They are just manipulations, but I do love the moves when we are dumping on Monday. As usual, there is just a higher chance that they're gathering liquidity for the opposite move through the whole week, because this is something that's usually happening on the stock market. As a result, we pumped on Tuesday after the Monday dump. $63,000 per Bitcoin this week actually. And I do think that we should start seeing some bullish momentum, bullish continuation on Solana. Solana is up more than 5% on a daily, and a lot of memes, they are up as well. Solana memes specifically. But I would also want to talk about the only one thing, the only one indicator that actually never lies in crypto, the only one that shows everything correctly, because all your RSIs, all the stuff that you're using, it's all fugazi in the first place. It does not make sense. Like, they never work 100%. The only thing that works 100% in crypto all the time that you can actually be basing some algorithms on, some analysis on, is funding data. Is how many people are shorting or longing crypto assets currently. And I will tell you the chart of BTC with the recent moves for the last 8 months, and we will go through what was the funding data through all of the moves and what was happening and what is happening currently. Funding data is the only thing you can actually be basing any of your analysis in the first place. Only the algorithms that work on funding data make sense in any markets. Here's the chart of BTC. I have some drawings here already. I will essentially remove them, right? So since October, we had this move up for BTC, right? But I do remember this situation. I do remember what was the funding data right there, right? When we were pumping since end of February till middle of March, we were pumping to $75,000. We pretty much pumped 50% in this time frame. My handwriting is very, very nice right here, right? And funding for all this time was negative. And in each corrective candle, people were actually entering more shorts. Everyone was just shorting the market. And you know, it's kind of interesting because if you're a manipulator, if you're a market maker, you do not have even to input any resources into the market in order to make money. You just gather the funding data, and then you just manipulate the news, you manipulate what is happening, you manipulate a certain percentage of the supply of the tokens that you have, and you pretty much just push the market either up or down based on the funding data. That's the only thing that you pretty much need. And what's interesting is that since this top in March till recent drop, we were mostly seeing positive funding data, which means that people were longing, right? Here, I got liquidated myself as well. Here, I got liquidated. Here, I got liquidated as well. I was longing through all this time as a market participant personally. And 100% I can tell you that it does not look very safe. Like, you don't want to enter any loans at this stage. You just don't want to do it. Like, it's such a pain. Like Pavlov's dog, you were actually taught to not use leverage in this market, right? And what's interesting is that during this pump, the funding was negative. And at the top, it became positive. Here, we had exactly the same thing. It was negative through the pump, and people were essentially increasing the shorts amounts, right? And here, it became positive. So imagine how easy for the market makers actually to push this thing. They don't have to input any capital. They just use your leverage positions as fuel to put the market in a certain direction, to push the market into a certain direction. And the situation that we're seeing currently is pretty similar. So they already taught you to dump each and every pump, right? Here, for example, we pumped, we dumped. We pumped, we dumped. We pumped, we dumped. We pumped, we dumped. So on a large time frame, you probably lost a bunch of money through this chop. You were taught to dump on each and every pump. The main difference here is that when we were reaching these highs, these levels, funding data was positive, right? It's very, very important. This was one of the largest reasons for the dump, because it's just a very, very easy way for them to take money from you. Right now, a lot of people are expecting the market, the BTC, to go to 63, 64K this week as well, right? I also do actually think that, and technically it looks like a very, very nice setup for us to just go lower from there. But what we do see already, despite the fact that a range of people expect 63 to 64K for BTC this week, funding currently at this stage is at 0. If you would check out crypto fund rates currently, mostly it's at 0. And you might say that 0 is even a bit negative, because usually it's a little bit positive, like 001, right? But right now it's pretty much at 0. The main mark that I would actually be focusing once we are at these levels this week, right, is what would be the funding data. And just seeing the price action on the marketplace currently, seeing everything that's happening, seeing the sentiment, I'm very, very sure that once we would be at 64 to 64K this week, funding data will be negative, which will essentially just give us a bunch of fuel to go up, drastically go up, and print a green candle like here. And what will be happening after that is, first of all, a lot of people will miss out. Secondly, a lot of people will short the market, and they will force shorts here. So we will be going up, we will be seeing a small correction or sideways section, and people will be increasing the short positions right here. And essentially they will provide additional fuel for continuation. At the tops of all these things, right, what will be happening around 80K is that a bunch of people will actually be missing out. They will miss out all this move, despite being in the market, despite watching, despite looking for stuff and things like that. They probably saw the last dip. It was very, very painful. It was the dip to 49K, and they will probably lose this move, because essentially attention in the crypto market currently is very, very low at this stage. Not a lot of people, to be honest with you, are essentially checking out the market currently. And I have a great tweet from Ansem to actually share on this topic. Regardless of your personal positioning, think it is definitely negative EV to stop paying attention. When you get complacent is when you miss the next 100x opportunities. There were multiple last year, no reason to think there won't also be similar setups soon. I don't know, man, seeing so many people deciding to check out the market now when 90% of the summer chop is most likely done. People getting complacent with shorting everything and calling it all a scam. Higher prices in a couple of months from now. Don't give up. A very, very important note on actually trying to leave the market, trying to stop, trying to take a break. This is where you lose the opportunities, right? And opportunities, they are presented currently. Like, they probably won't be short-term opportunities, right? But still, like, we kind of have a Tron meme season starting, right? And there probably were a bunch of opportunities for people who were active and still are, right? But these opportunities that are presented currently, they might be like a slow cooks opportunities. But once the market will essentially turn back, you will be heavily rewarded for taking the action currently. And coming back to our sentiments on things I wanted to share as well. Save this image, watch it every day. BTC will break out to 80K and it will be crazy for the memes. That's when everyone will be optimistic as fuck and multiple memes will hit 100 billion plus. Depends on the community. That's essentially a classic bear trap that is shown on this screen, right? So accumulation, trend emergence, momentum building, first sentiment extreme, bear trap. Probably first sentiment extreme for us essentially is March, and bear trap, like we are in a large bear trap for a bunch of months already, and we're kind of at the final essentially stage of it. Renewed optimism. Interesting thing is that renewed optimism is quite larger than the levels of the bear trap. It probably shows the chart of BTC, right? So here at this stage, BTC would be 80-85K already. The prices on your alts, the prices that you're seeing currently on meme coins, you will not see similar prices right here. You will not see them. And then when it would be safe for you to be entering the market, right here, it would be safe. It would feel all right. But in investing in crypto specifically, you're paying for safety with your underperformance. I'm buying Sol meme dips while everyone floods to a new chain. Seen this too many times. This is just one of the opinions. Other opinion is that everything new in crypto, like if you're early to something new in crypto, you're usually capitalizing heavily, because essentially how it works is that initially we have this block. I have it in my head as well, like it's something new, it's probably scam and things like that. But over time, more and more people start to see that, oh, I just made 6 figures on Tron. I just make 15K, 50K, 20K. It's so easy. No one is dumping. It's such a nice experience. Not so many scams and things like that. And more people start to funnel there. It essentially works like a funnel. And we have spaces from Justin Sun, who's the founder of Tron currently at this stage, essentially talking on meme coins as well. And he's mentioned Solana a bunch of times. So he's specifically mentioning that he essentially wants to outperform. So from one point of view, it's definitely an opportunity to get into dips on Solana and probably on other chains in meme coins that are dipping because people are taking liquidity and getting it to Tron, right? And secondly, it's probably also the opportunity, if you are early, to make some money on Tron as well. Again, if you're early. The main thing is to make sure that you won't be exit liquidity for the people who are on Tron early, but the only way how you can counter that is to really be early. So remove this block that you have on your hand that, oh, this is something new and things like that. Just be early, because when everyone is already there, it has a bunch of liquidity, like it has a lot of liquidity on chain, but the upside opportunity is definitely limited. In Q3 of an election year, Bitcoin has always bottomed in July or August, never September. A very interesting piece of statistics, because back in May, when everyone was saying that summer will be choppy and nothing will be happening during summer, I was saying that we might be pumping through summer because I was showing summer months for BTC in election years. And as you can see, we definitely do see a bullish uptrend. Like only 2016 is essentially controversial, right? Because we started right here, we dumped, we dipped, and then closer to the end of the summer, we pumped back. And it seems like 2024 very nicely repeats 2016. Because I just have this feeling that we should be pumping quite nicely in terms of the BTC, in terms of the whole market as well, quite soon. 2012, clear uptrend. 2020, uptrend, maybe just not that quick, right? So it's very important to analyze the summer specifically in election years as well. Because election years, they're essentially not default. They're special, right? The shake-offs are awesome. People don't realize that we are in hope bear trap stage right now. That's why we are so back and we are fucked happens quickly. Meme coins are chosen by the market to pump this cycle. Tron, Binance and many other chains are pushing meme coins to get people in. I do believe that meme coins are just the new altcoins. The only issue I have is that recently it definitely was easier to attract larger capital into this space just because of the fact that we had these altcoins, fundamental projects, right? And for serious people with large amount of money, it was alright to invest into some new technology, new innovation, things like that. And this cycle, when serious people with a bunch of money will be coming in, they won't be coming into memes right away, probably, because they're serious people, they have this bias, and that's why a lot of market participants still at this stage, they have this bias against essentially doing something with meme coins. And I do think overall, like market cap of meme coins is still only 5% of the market cap of the whole crypto market cap. So a larger percentage of wealth is actually directed and focused in alts. Like amount of people that are playing memes is very small. It's just funny how this space is, how loud this space is. It's very funny and very interesting at this stage. But over time, again, I do think we had a pump in March and April because of the fact that firstly, bears capitulated. Secondly, retail joined. But both probably were very quickly get dropped. They were dropped through meme coins very quickly. Because if you don't have experience, if you did not pay your tuition to meme coins, you'll probably pay one, right? What does that mean in your opinion? Don't get shaken off from good memes, that's all. Telling you this because I know what happened with Shiba and X Infinity last cycle. Very interesting piece of information. Sharing of experience, market participants of previous cycle is very important. I swing traded Shiba and missed 50 million in a way. Swing traded, which means that he was entering with large volumes at certain key levels on the chart, and he was taking like small moves, like 10% moves, 20% moves, and he's saying that in comparison, if he had just bought initially and if he just held, he definitely did not make 50 million with the swing trading strategy that he used. And I'm saying to you, I'm telling, we are very, very close to the stage of the market where believers heavily outperform traders. We are very close. Still makes me want to go back and not sell. Watch the chart, you'll understand. That's why you won't see me trade much. I just keep adding my positions in good memes. It's very, very interesting because DGN is one of the very, very small amount of people on Solana Memecoin trading who is not actively like trading. He just buys good stuff at the lows and he does not sell. And it's very, very interesting because this is something that I am pushing myself for quite some time as well, is that highest ROI this cycle is hold blue chip meme coins. Just hold them. Do nothing, do not trim your position. Don't care about dollar value. Care about how many tokens you have. That's it. Popcat, and then he's essentially saying something about Popcat. Popcat will be chosen one of the cycle. You will understand why soon. My aim is to hit $50 million with Popcat this cycle. He, by the way, I think he bought 500k worth of Popcat on the recent dip when we dipped to 48k. He's probably up like 2x at least already. Selfie will do great as everyone takes selfies and Shibas are lucky. My aim is to hit $5 to $10 million with Selfie. I do believe he holds around 2 to 2.5% of Selfie at this stage. That's why I don't trade, I keep adding my positions. Don't know what can pump and when. Coming back to meme coins, very, very interesting because we do have to understand, it's very, very important for us to understand what is the sector that we should be positioning in. What is the sector that will outperform? And the main question a lot of people in the marketplace have, and me as well, from time to time, I keep coming back to this question. Like, was it just hype? Will it just all die out? Or will there be a continuation? The Memecoin supercycle. After my original thesis proved to be correct that 2021 was the proof of Memecoin cycle, that meme coins will catch a massive beat at the start of this cycle, I am now putting out another thesis. So he was correct about 2021. That was the proof of the start of the Memecoin cycle. We definitely saw a start of the Memecoin cycle in the bear market with Pepe, and we saw continuation during this initial beginning of the bull market as well. Not only did meme coins catch a massive beat, but tech coins actually rotated into meme coins, making meme coins the only coins that went up during the last few months. Can you believe that? That meme coins took up such a huge mind share. That is unbelievable and absolutely mind-blowing. It just shows what people really want. Something that Kyle Chessie was sharing several times as well, that when he was on the streets of New York at the end of the last bull run, he was asking people about crypto, like, do you have crypto? People were saying, yes, I have crypto, I have Doge and Shiba. It was a response that most people were actually giving. They just want to make money. It's very, very important because partially people talk that cryptocurrency is about technology and things like that, and right now we have an opposite opinion appearing from the market makers, from the CEO of Godbit, who's for example is saying that crypto is not about technology anymore. Crypto is about making money. Best speculative assets are meme coins at this stage. The issue that I have connected with this fact is that larger capital might not want to enter and have this bias. At the same time, larger capital that really makes money should not give a shit because the only goal is to make money. Secondly, they have people that provide gates for them, like Godbit, for example. Larger capital can enter through Godbit and they can just not care. They can just give funds. And the third thing, if they will be stopped by their bias to be entering, as probably some of you have as well, right? They will be capitulating heavily. The same way that people in altcoins were capitulating heavily into meme coins at the end of the last cycle. I do believe that capitulation this cycle will be larger. I do honestly believe that percentage of meme coins in terms of the whole crypto should be at least like maybe 20% of the whole crypto market by the end of the cycle, which crazy numbers. If we 2 to 3x on the whole capitalization of crypto, and then with 3 to 4x on the market share of meme coins in crypto, we are about to see crazy valuations on all of the memes that will actually survive, on the memes that are actually good, right? It will be just crazy. So I think the more people hate, the more people have this bias, the harder they will be capitulating eventually, because it's very, very hard not to capitulate into the assets that outperform everything out there on the marketplace. And the craziest thing is this meme coin pump was merely the front running of the actual meme coin pump. If you look at Doge and SHIB last cycle, you can see that they pumped only after majors put in massive pumps. And it makes sense. Memes are a gamble. People need to feel rich in order to beat meme coins. During the first BTC pump of this current cycle, tech coins pumped. But during the second leg up, after people made good money with majors and tech coins, meme coins pumped. So this cycle and last cycle, meme coins only pumped after people made good money. But people, especially whales, have not made any significant money yet because majors have not broken their all-time highs. Which means that whatever this meme coin pump was, it wasn't the real thing yet. Because people are not rich yet. They did not make a lot of money in the market. Most of alts, they are at the same levels of the bear market. Maybe just like Solana and select few, right? But it showed us what the market values. It values being on last cycle's fastest horse when feeling rich. Meme coins will outperform all other coins. So hold on to your blue chip meme coins because the most vicious meme pumps will only come after majors pumped past the all-time highs and made people rich. And I do believe, I can say this. I can say this and I will be showing you this in the upcoming videos. I do believe on the course of 30 days, we should be seeing new all-time high on Bitcoin. I do believe that. The most vicious meme pumps will only come after majors pumped past the all-time highs and made people rich. The meme coin supercycle is the pinnacle of the crypto market as we know it, the final act of retarded money making. Every bubble ends with participants' valuing number go up over real value. .com bubble, tulip bubble, every bubble, you will see. It's always the same thing over and over again. We cannot help ourselves. So it will be a giant bubble. Bubbles tend to pop. It will be a giant crash. The way to make money is to position yourself currently. That's the only way. Because currently we'll be positioning before herds of people, before hundreds of millions coming and buying your meme coin bags. And if you would be able to tell closer to the end of the cycle, like I own 0.3% of this meme coin, you will be perceived like God, like true God, right? M2 money supply reaching new highs. Liquidity is here. Next up for crypto is higher. You seriously thought you can make generational wealth without your conviction being tested? Last cycle, Dogecoin holders had to go through 780% dips. 780% dips. Imagine the amount of people that sold the Dogecoin in one of the dips. They had 7. If you can't take a beating, you don't deserve to make it. It's supposed to be hard. If it were easy, everyone would do it. If it were easy, everyone would do it. It's a very, very nice mind jerk article post that I wanted to share. I don't think you guys understand what an actual bull market looks like. Every single altcoin on a centralized exchange, 5 to 50% up on the day, persistently rotating for 3 to 5 days, a quick 24-hour correction, resume, for months. Masses collectively throwing high 8 figures into every yield Ponzi there is. BTC rallying so hard it paralyzes the entire market, but at first sign of consolidation, alts absolutely rip. BTC consolidations after face melting rallies are met with complete reset in OI funding. One cannot believe their eyes. Price while derivatives cool off. Fucking sideways. Local TA gurus call bull flags. Resume up shortly. Once BTC is done, Ethereum pulls an ever strongly rally. You'd think it was 100 million market cap Memetic being shielded by local cabal, brings the entire market up. Altcoins start having weeks, months of inhuman moves. The only caveat and devastating short-term corrections to wipe the leverage, alas, riding loans from much lower and alonging these weeks in a 99% safe play. Hell, I'd say 100%, but some of you will 100x leverage an altcoin if I say that. Your spot backs, depending on where you are at in your journey, you are looking at watches, boats, planes, houses. Hell, some will probably be looking to buy islands and super yachts. And if you think, just for a second, you can come up with an actual good reason we are not getting that again for at least few months in the near future, you're delusional. Your downside risk is 50%, 70%. Boo-hoo. Your upside is generational wealth that will make every ex-girlfriend pull the hair out for losing you. Strap in, because it's coming. This time is indeed not fucking different. I advise against listening to influencers that already made it and are here to unload their seed investments on you. I don't need to do that. I'll unload on the tourists at the top. Last but not least, some opinion in terms of the pump fund and everything has happened, because there is truly a lot of extraction that's happening in this space. And I was checking out some Tron meme coins currently today, and what I like is that we definitely do see a smaller amount of value extraction right there. And you have to understand that partially the reason there is a lower amount of value extraction is because essentially the same devs that scam on Solana, they can open up and launch a coin on Tron. But the difference would be is that on Tron it would actually run, because there is not a lot of coins right there currently at this stage, right? So there would be enough liquidity, and Tron is constantly getting liquidity through this funnel of influencers sharing P&Ls and people sharing P&Ls on Twitter. It's a very, very nice greed-based funnel, informer-based funnel, human emotions-based funnel. That's the best type of funnels you can only get, right? Theory, coins might never go up again. Why? Because we've made it so easy to create new coins that everyone wants to make their own instead of buying. The excitement has shifted from investing in the next big crypto to launching it and profiting from the hype. But with more people creating coins, fewer are left to buy them. Infinite supply, no demand. We might have destroyed crypto ourselves. GGVP, it's over. Leveling the playing field of token deployment doesn't level the playing field in terms of marketing chops. If anything, we are just enabling better marketers to get involved. That's essentially similar to the invention of pistols, right? Invention of Colt. Just that better shooters started to be more effective, right? And it changed a little bit, right? And I do think that the same situation is happening currently with meme coins as well. Better marketers will succeed. Which means that if you're able to spot a very, very good marketer, if you're able to spot that the team is doing very, very nice, chart is looking very, very nice, marketing is very, very smart, this is probably the golden project, because best skilled people will be winning. At the same time, I don't think that we honestly will have a lot of dilution moving further, because there is really, like, if you think about that, there is really still a very, very small amount of projects that are really good ones, like a very, very small one. Especially on chains where people are trading focused chains like Solana. This is it. This is my overview for today. I said everything I wanted to say. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will be seeing you tomorrow. Bye bye.